The crypto hedge funds have been discredited. The crypto VC have been discredited. The crypto offshore exchanges that are unregulated have been discredited. The crypto air tokens have been discredited. And they're not just discredited, in the crypto industry, right? I mean, the average person's going to look at this and say, well, how is your token different than FTT and FTX? But they're also discredited with lawmakers, congresspeople, senators, policymakers, lawyers, the mainstream media.
Michael Saylor, a seasoned corporate executive and well-known investor in the field of digital assets, has had a considerable impact through his involvement in the cryptocurrency area. Saylor, who has more than $4 billion invested in Bitcoin, has actively promoted the market cap-leading cryptocurrency asset by sharing his knowledge and skills through interviews, focusing on its core ideas. Even though he is positive on Bitcoin, Saylor recently expressed his worries about the future of the entire digital asset sector during a Twitter chat with well-known crypto advocate Bitcoin Archive. Saylor makes the observation that there may be a significant distortion of our picture of the cryptocurrency space and that a great deal is about to change. In light of recent occurrences in the crypto market, he shows the waning confidence in crypto hedge funds, VCS offshore exchanges, and air tokens. Additionally, he sees it as an opportunity for everyone, including lawmakers, policymakers, the media, and the general people, to learn a great deal. In order to stay updated, hit the subscribe and notifications buttons after watching the video all the way through. Thank you, and take pleasure in the video.
If I'm arguing for the crypto industry, I would say the regulators need to give us a way to register our assets, and then they need to give us a path forward. There are two paths forward, Archie. There's a regressive path forward, and there's a progressive path forward. The regressive path forward, the most conservative, is you can only trade digital commodities, and I'll designate Bitcoin, and I might designate 3 others. And maybe I'll designate a stable coin issued by a publicly traded company in the US or an FDIC insured bank. Okay. That gets you to about 6 to 12 assets that can be traded on any kind of digital exchange in the world, right? That's the regressive move. That collapses 99.9% of everything. Okay. And that's the worst case if the regulators move hard regressively. The best case, the progressive move, is we're going to give you the ability to submit your stable coin as a digital currency, and you can issue a digital euro, a digital yen, a digital dollar. Tether can register. Everybody else can register. When you go through a registration, we're going to tell you what you got to do to remediate. We might fine you for something you might have done. We might tell you you have to divest yourself of some other business line, or if it's too centrally managed, we might tell you to divest something. This is just like antitrust when you try to merge 2 companies together and they say you can buy that company, but you can't have their banking branch in the UK because you would have a monopoly on banking in the UK or a monopoly on something. A path to register would change the world. And let's say you could register a digital commodity. Well, let the 100 most ethical, decentralized digital assets try to register as commodities. 90% of them will probably get knocked down. There might be a route. Maybe someone can get there, but there aren't that many that'll get there right now. So there's going to be a handful of digital commodities in a properly regulated, registered world. And then the rest is like they're digital securities. So you want to sell an exchange token, or you want to sell a Solana or Cardano or Ripple or whatever these tokens are. Well, you register them as securities, and then the SEC says, file these other 100 pages of disclosures and get an auditor and start publishing your audited results, right? And then trade with and sign up to Sarbanes-Oxley type restrictions. And then you'll have the same securities restrictions as anybody else. And then the last idea is like a digital token, maybe an NFT or something. If Katy Perry wants to sell a Katy Perry token, or Tom Brady wants to sell a Tom Brady token, there's nothing unethical about trying to sell your token as long as it was a registered token and you made the proper disclosures, like there's only ever going to be 1 million of them, and then you have to sign up to criminal civil liability if you lie, right? And then you get audited, and you have to publish a quarterly result saying, yeah, there's still 1 million and this is what it does, and you've kind of taken yourself public and securitized yourself. We are sitting in this particular interesting part of the economy, right? The regulatory environment is got a big question mark over it. We are twisting in the wind.
Saylor claims that out of all the many kinds of assets, Bitcoin is the only one that has been recognized as a commodity and is the only one that can be traded freely. The way in which digital tokens, securities, currencies, and commodities should be registered and exchanged has not yet been clearly outlined by regulators. Due to this, it is now challenging for digital exchanges to function in a complying manner. How do you feel about Michael Saylor's predictions for the future of cryptocurrencies? Should anyone or any organization be allowed to produce digital goods? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below, and remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and enable notifications alert.